Good morning, everybody. This is your introduction to Miracles of Recovery, the book. And for starters, it will also be the read that I'm going to introduce to you for January. I think it's important because it describes for the new person in and around recovery what are miracles? How does it happen? And how will we know? So, this is the read from Miracles of Recovery, the book, um, the award winning book. And it goes like this: Don't leave before your miracle happens. Most of us new in recovery hear this and think to ourselves, yeah, right, but it's not going to happen for me. Overcoming fear and self doubt while making the decision to seek help is the greatest and the very first miracle for you. Our second miracle is finding our way to the rooms of recovery. We didn't just fall into recovery, nor was it a roll of the dice. Our third miracle is that regardless of how we felt, we did it anyway. Our fourth miracle is the choice we made to remain clean and sober just for the rest of today. Those not in recovery say to us, well, so what's the big deal? They don't understand that we have a disease of perception and that our inability to stop the thoughts brought on by our stinking thinking wants to kill us. They will never get it because they don't have it. And until we seek recovery, we don't have it either. We must come to understand how our disease drives us to insanity or death. And this acceptance is our fifth miracle. From here, miracles drop like shooting stars. We hit our knees at night and we thank some power greater than ourselves for doing what we were powerless to do to begin with. And that is come to experience these miracles. Staying sober, each morning we begin again, and we ask throughout the day in silent prayer, please help me. We invoke divine energy from our higher power as our minds open to suggestions from others. Each time we choose to do something different, we are the miracle that could not occur without our higher power. We become part of a fellowship as we move closer to passing through the doorway of our own deliverance, co-creators of miracles that transform us one day at a time. And the quote today is, there are only two ways to live your life. One, as though nothing is a miracle. And the second is as though everything is a miracle. And that's from Albert Einstein. And the meditation for today is, we don't have to leave before our miracle happens. We don't ever have to leave. Each day we remain clean and sober, we are the miracle we once thought was impossible. So let's talk about this for just a minute, if you will. The fact that you are here with me now, the fact that you had the guts and the courage to walk into recovery might be your greatest miracle, because that's not something we, on our own volition, normally would do, unless we've experienced the gift of desperation, because that's what it takes. It either takes the gift of desperation and or it takes some belief in a power greater than ourselves that moves us here to say, haven't you had enough? How many times have you gone through this and failed? How many times have you beat your head against God knows what and tried to do things differently, but you couldn't. You are a miracle walking. Just imagine how you keep coming back day after day. If you were, this is merely an observation for you. It's a mild suggestion, but if you have any doubt whatsoever, I suggest you get a pad, and every single time you do something different while not drinking, one day at a time, and just keep that list. It doesn't matter how tiny it is. It could be something as insignificant as saying thank you to somebody that you ordinarily wouldn't say thank you to. It could be something as giving up your road rage. Oh my God, can you imagine giving up road rage? Maybe you took a step back and a deep breath and waved people in front of you. How about that? That's a miracle. All of these little tiny changes and miracles that happen in your life are the beginning of a shift in your psyche. See, we don't even know what's going on, which is why I ask my sponsees to keep this list as a visual. So when you go back a month or two from now, you'll look at everything you've done and say, holy, I forgot about that. She's right. That's right. I did do that. And I did do this. And you will begin to be amazed. Not only are they miracles, but there's something else going on here at the same time. It's called raising our self-esteem. You see, before you came in here, you had no self-esteem. I never knew what the word meant. I couldn't even identify it if I wanted to. So the simple act of moving and coming into recovery, can you see that? Is the beginning of a tremendous change in your life that you can't even comprehend because you're not there yet. But the fact that you found way down deep, that shimmer of the gift of desperation. Because we don't come in here happy, joyous, and free. You know, we come in here half dead, maybe 3/4 or on our last leg, but we don't come in here happy. So the fact that you found your way into recovery, it doesn't matter what recovery. You know, it just matters that you keep coming back no matter what and trusting a process that we can't see. And that's another miracle. Okay? So I just needed for you to understand that we are so full of our own power. And it all begins with coming in the rooms. And from there, our self-esteem grows, our self-worth grows. Our hope begins to grow. Geez, maybe I am better than I think. Geez, I didn't know I did that, but I did. Okay, so all of this is the beginning of a transformation. It's new growth. Imagine you're growing like the new flowers in the springtime. That's what's happening here. Okay? I just want you to trust that to be true. Because absolutely, God, strike me dead. It is the truth. And it will be yours if you keep coming back. Thank you for reading and being a part of my journey this morning.